Oh, I got the reflection in my glasses. Just perfect. Because I'm pro. Anyway, we all struggle with being disrespected sometimes. Now, I texted my mom the other day and she replied, "Hey Siri, how do I block my son's irritating messages?" But what happens when a man feels so utterly disrespected by literally everyone that he becomes consumed by the single unhinged obsession? Now, some folks blow off steam by it in the gym. Other folks go on the internet and post a lot of meaningless nonsense for internet points. Don't know anybody like that. But for one man, that obsession was proving that a 4-foot tall frog with a wand lives out in Ohio. The consequences of that obsession, let's just say they're not only deadly, they're bizarre. This is Frogman. So we start off on a good old family vacation to a small town with nothing of interest in it. Look, a random building, and another random building, and a bridge. You don't see bridges like that every day unless you're near a river. Dad tries to make it entertaining for the kids, but they're clearly getting bored. They pull over at a river, and the mood relaxes a little, but Mom's still annoyed, telling the kids their dad's an idiot. Damn. On the road again, Dad gets lost. He swears he hasn't gotten lost, which clearly means he did. Mom wants him to stop for directions, but he doesn't want to, so he pulls over on a random spot on the road where there's absolutely nothing around. That's showing her, bud. What's that in the trees? Is it a frog? Is it a man? Is it a frogman? Cut to this gross-looking vlogger who tells us the legend of a 4-foot tall frogman with his spark-shooting wand, and it's been spotted around the Loveland area. Could it be an alien? Can he be telepathic? Can the frogman infiltrate your mind? He gives us a little history, including photographic evidence shot by a local and a quick reference to the video we've already just seen. We learn that the boy shooting the video is 10-year-old Dallas, and everyone thinks it's an impressive hoax. In the years that followed, he went on to film school, and all he has to show for it are 2 pretty awful shorts. Dallas isn't taking this comment that he's peaked in life very well, so he's decided to start his search for Frogman. Also, he broke up with his girlfriend. Also, he's annoying everyone with his angry ranting at night. Also, his brother-in-law breaks the news that he's being kicked out of his sister's spare room. But don't worry, Dallas has got it together. So, he digs through some old boxes, finds the Hi8 camera, and the rest of the movie is recorded with this old thing, giving it a crunchy, authentic look. I know what I saw that day, and I'm going to prove it. I ain't no liar. My oldest friend Scotty's going to be my cameraman. No, I'm not. I'll pay you money, eh? Next, they go to their oldest and dearest friend Amy's going-away party. I don't know anything about a going-away party. I told you about it a bunch of times. Oh, right. Must be because I've been avoiding you. I'm a weird emotional basket case. Scotty comes by and agrees to do the movie. And then they rope Amy into going out with them the next morning to hunt down Frogman. And the trio is back together, even though we're seeing them for the first time. But whatever, moving on. And as he's packing up, Dallas's sister says, "Oh, you're just doing this because Loveland was our last road trip before Mom and Dad broke up." "Nuh-uh, I actually want to find Frogman. It's my deepest need. I'll always regret it if I don't." She gets quietly emotional as she realizes how deeply Dallas has repressed his emotions. Cut to road trip footage. So, what's my character? No character, it's a documentary. Boring. Let me make up a character. No, absolutely not. I'm Norma Jean. Amy and Scotty have fun playing dress up and goofing around in the camera. Dallas isn't into it at all. This is serious business. Back on the road, Scotty falls asleep in the back seat. What does your girlfriend think about your Frogman obsession? We broke up. Did you tell her about us? Ooh. Dallas and Amy hooked up one night and never talked about it again. They agree to just be friends. They pull over and do a fun and cute intro. Dallas isn't impressed that they're making light of the Frogman. In town, they start seeing little signs of the town's Frogman pride. But Dallas gets serious again. "I want people to know the truth about Frogman. I want to inspire people not to give up, because I can't give up." And he was like, "What?" At the Bullfrog Bed and Breakfast, they chat about Frogman. She gives them a pamphlet about the Frogman, telling them where and when to go to have the best chance of spotting him. In the room, Dallas takes some convincing, but eventually Scott and Amy get him to loosen up and act like a goofball with him. They start watching old footage of when they were young and so full of hope and shooting their old short, and oh my god, is Dallas smiling? Dallas goes to the bathroom and Scotty admits to Amy he was pretending to be asleep in the back seat, and he heavily implies that Dallas told him in private it meant a lot more to him than he let on. Cut 2. Interviews with the locals. Of course I believe in the Frogman. He's totally real and only dumb, stupid idiots don't think so. Frogman can read minds! I love this guy. Hey Dallas, aren't these interviews going great? No, they need to be serious. It's the freaking Frogman. Wow, I'm on camera. Cults? What cults? So this isn't even going to be on TV? Why Frogman? There are caves all over the place around here. Foreshadowing. Don't assume gender. And these people are friggin' nuts. Dallas finds a cave. He's too chicken to go into it. These guys direct him to the Sticky Tongue Cafe, which is a treasure trove of tourist tat. And this is where we meet Woody, a Frogman expert. He'll be important later. And this is the Frogman flute. Play it and it summons the Frogman. It's really real. For real. Dallas is impressed. Because he's a sucker. In the car, they theory craft about the Frogman. Is he a wizard? Is he an alien? Dallas thinks maybe it's real-life magic, and maybe the Frogman is interdimensional. And Amy finally clues in that maybe Dallas actually believes this stuff. Okay, time to go into woods. After walking around and Dallas reminding everyone not to have too much fun, it gets dark and spooky. And then, out there in the trees, is that him? Dallas grabs the camera and runs off into the woods. I've got you now, you son of a bitch. Nobody believed me, but now they're gonna believe me. Documentary tackle! Wait, that's not a real Frogman. That's Woody? There is no Frogman. I just do this for tourists, and none of them tackle me. That's because they don't know the truth like I do. Back to the bed and breakfast and scream, how dare you send us on a wild goose chase? Frogman is really, really real. And she says, leave town while you still can. After a brief argument, they storm out of there, and soon cops pull them over. Did you just tackle a tourist attraction and threaten an old lady? I think it's time you leave town now. So they drive to a guy's house in the middle of the night for one last interview. The house is dark and nobody's answering. So Dallas goes in, because of course he does. This is George Hale, the only other person to ever get photographic evidence of the Frogman. He tells the thrilling story of feeling something creepy and snapping a photo. Riveting stuff. Dallas asks, do people worship Frogman? Get out! That's why you have a photo of your granddaughter, isn't it? There's no other reason anyone would have pictures of their grandkids. Fine. By complete coincidence, nothing matters after tonight anyways. What? Here's a map to Frogman. Now get out. Hey, it's time to leave town now instead of following a map from a crazy old man. Let's just do this one thing and we'll leave. Promise? Yeah. But you could tell he had his fingers crossed the whole time. Back into woods. Oh, what's up with my throat today? So at this point, it's revealed that the plan is to camp out in the woods, and that luckily there's camping gear in the car already. Don't think about it. Wait, is that the Frogman? No, that's just a frog. Keep looking. And then they make a discovery. Slime. We're getting close. Okay, Dallas. Scotty trips and gets a handful of slime. This is foreshadowing again. Let's set up camp here. I've got a good feeling. Okay. Amy goes for firewood and Scotty says, you should tell her about your feelings, you know. Aw, but I don't wanna. Dallas plays the frog flute, and every frog in the forest freaks out. It works, and coincidentally, he finds frog prints, and Scotty does not believe they're real at all. Scotty's done with this obviously fake nonsense. Dallas goes, this is why you'll never amount to anything. And Scott's like you? But when they get back to the tent, is that more slime on Amy's tent? Amy, where are you? Oh, there you are. Amy? Were your eyes always that way? Amy shakes it off and says she heard her name being called in her head, and that even though the others thought that she was gone for an hour, she thinks she was just gone for a few moments. And wait a minute. They thought she was gone looking for wood for a whole hour, and they didn't notice? These guys suck. Anyway, they start hearing frog noises all around them, and Dallas takes off in a random direction. And then the cameras start to glitch out. Dallas, my camera's freaking out. His powers are probably causing telekinetic interference. WTF, mate. Anyway, they all have battery problems and camera problems, and the light goes out, and when it comes back on, Frogman! Everybody panics. Lots of running in the dark, a few flashes of the Frogman in the trees. Scotty? What do you see, Scotty? Oh no, it's Slime Scotty! Scotty, that's a crab walk, not a frog walk. Don't do that. We cut to black, and we hear his muffled yells. But then the gang is back together, and they're running for the car. And Frogman appears on the hood, but they floor it. Dallas has his priorities, though. Scotty, did you get it? Did you get it? You got it! Yes! How are they going to deny this? And Dallas has a moment of peace. Back in the B&B, the attendant lady is nowhere to be found, which is just as well. And Scotty uses the bathroom to freshen up. But wait, are those scales? Meanwhile, out in the lobby, they hear the faint sound of chanting. Where's it coming from? It gets louder by these spooky-looking wooden doors. Hey, I don't care. It is time to leave. Okay, go then. I will. Okay then. Okay. Goodbye. Bye. Come on, Scotty. Wait, so you're leaving me alone here? So the three of them go, and the strange croaking chanting is starting to get louder, and Scotty sneaks a peek at his hand. Those bumps are getting bigger. He hides them from the others. Soon they're in a massive cave, and they follow the sound down one of the side passages until they come across a cult, bringing a screaming woman into the circle. Then her eyes go white, and she falls silent. Oh my God, it's the lady from the B&B. And she's saying that their union should be blessed with many pollywogs. Just as the camera starts glitching, the Frogman appears, and we hear a shotgun go off. It's George Hale. And then the B&B lady screams, "Intruders!" and points past George, who's still carrying a shotgun, by the way, at the trio with a video camera. More shotgun blasts and shaky cam running. This guy. Okay, I think we lost them. Somehow. What are those things? Scott opens one up and there's a woman in there. George Hale's granddaughter. And she's preggers. And she's in labor now. And what is that? No time to think about that because what in the world is going on with Scotty? Look at his face. And he goes frog crawling up a small tunnel and runs away forever. Amy sits down to have a small freak out. Understandable. And Dallas says, "Hey, I lied to you. Our night together meant everything to me." You want to have this conversation now? If I don't, I might never get the chance. I love you. Dallas. But oh no, she's got a headache. Cameras start glitching. Annoying dream sequence, video montage. And then we're back in the cave. And oh no, Frogman has Amy. So Dallas grabs the Frogman's wand and presto chango, Frogman disappears. But it's not over yet. They can hear the cult coming and there's no way out until George appears. "Come on, guys, this way." He leads them outside and gives them directions to town before turning back. "But George, you'll die. If there's a chance I can save my granddaughter, I've gotta do it." And so he heroically re-enters the cave, and Dallas and Amy heroically leave. When they get to the road, Amy has a breakdown. Dallas tells her it's gonna be okay, because they've got proof of Frogman now, so none of this traumatic experience or Scotty's disappearance matters anymore. Strangely, this does not console her. On-screen titles tell us that sometime later, police assume the footage is hoax. Scotty is still missing. George Hale and his granddaughter are missing. Amy left for LA and hasn't spoken to Dallas in over a year. A film by Dallas Kyle. The audience erupts in gleeful applause. Let's give it up for Frogman. Please welcome to the stage, Dallas Kyle. But Dallas just sits there, off stage, staring. It wasn't enough. People still think it's just a movie. And his friends are gone. It was all for nothing. And after some credits roll, Dallas stands up, still listening to the audience applause. He takes out the wand he found in the cave and lights it up. That'll show him. Spark him up, Dallas. Now, while it's up to your imagination what happens next, they did announce a Frogman 2. The script is done, development's underway, and they released an early scene. So check that out.
You piece of shit! You piece of shit! God, you took Scotty from me! What do you think?
Looks awesome.
I am your god now! Join us in hell! I'll bring you to hell.